The Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, which is a free trade bloc of 11 countries from Australia to Brunei to Canada, welcomes its newest member today. It is the United Kingdom, which becomes the only European member and the second largest CPTPP economy after Japan. But as Stuart Smith explains, the benefits may be more about politics than trade.
The Penderyn distillery in Wales has been selling whiskey for 2 decades. It prides itself on its Welsh origins, and people enjoy it all over the world. With the UK joining the CPTPP free trade agreement, Penderyn will be one of the businesses set to enjoy lower tariffs to places like Malaysia, which over the next few years will reduce its 80% tax on British whiskey to 0.
Alcohol doesn't always cross boundaries very easily because there are always taxes, alcohol duties and all the rest of it that you have to consider. So you've always got those things which can make exporting a bit more challenging. So with the kind of arrangements now we're looking at with Asia or Australia or whatever, the more we can reduce those barriers and the easier we can make it to trade, then I think the better off we will be as an industry.
It's thought only a select few sectors will benefit though. Alcohol's one, as are machinery and medicine, which export heavily to CPTPP member economies. But the benefits are predicted to be limited, adding at most 0.08% to GDP per year, partly because the UK's main trade partners are the US and European Union, and because it already has one-on-one trade deals with most of the CPTPP countries. So some see the UK joining the free trade deal as largely symbolic, evidence the UK is serious about its commitment to the Indo-Pacific and as a way to influence how trade is done in Asia.
The truth is, it gives the UK a place at a table, seat at a table for an important regional trade agreement. It means that they've got an opportunity to influence this. I mean, there will come a time when some will have to decide, for example, and both Taiwan and China have applied to join this agreement. How do you deal with that? So I think it does give the UK a possibility of having influence, and that's one of the reasons that we welcome the agreement.
But joining the pact will complicate any future attempt to rejoin the EU single market, as it's now locked into this one. Another nail in the coffin for those who would one day want to see the UK return. And as for benefits to the CPTPP countries,
it's the opportunity of a new customer, essentially, on better trading terms than China has. So the UK's prosperous economy of 66 million or so people, we import a lot of goods from China at the moment. You can imagine now that you could have a supply chain encompassing, say, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, sending goods to the UK without having to pay a tariff, unlike goods coming from China. That's actually a real opportunity for kind of taking some of China's market share in the UK for the CPTPP countries.
The challenge now for the UK government is how to help small and medium-sized businesses actually make use of the deal, with strong legal and trade knowledge required to make the most of it. Stuart Smith, CNA, London.